Online voter registration. It's wonderful that you've decided that you want to vote. In this video, you'll learn how to take the first step, how to register to vote online. If you are not sure if you are legally allowed to vote, watch the video called "Find Out If You Can Vote." There are two requirements for registering online. 1. You have an email address, and 2. You have to provide an ID number, Minnesota issued driver's license, Minnesota ID card, or the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. If you don't have an email or one of these ID numbers, you can still register to vote, but you'll have to use the paper form. You should watch that video instead. If you think you are already registered to vote, you can check on the Minnesota Votes website. There's also a video you can watch about how to use this tool called Check Your Registration. State law requires that you update your voter registration if you change your name, as well as every time you move, even if it's just from one apartment to another in the same building. If you are not yet registered to vote or need to update your registration, the deadline is 3 weeks before the election. If you miss the deadline, you can register to vote when you go to vote. Registering to vote before Election Day has many advantages, including saving you time on Election Day. To register online, visit the Minnesota Votes website. Look for How to Register to Vote Online. It should be easy to find. The online form has 5 steps. In step 1, you see if you are eligible. At the top it says that you need an email address and your ID number. It then has 3 questions. First, it asks if you are a U.S. citizen. Click yes or no. Then it asks if you will be at least 18 on or before the next election. Click yes or no. Third, it asks, are you currently incarcerated, on parole, or on probation as part of a felony conviction sentence? If you've had a felony conviction, you can vote once you complete your sentence. Click yes or no. Then click next. Step 2 collects your personal information. First, it asks for your name. Type your full name in the boxes provided for first, middle, if any, and last. If your name has a suffix like junior, use the drop-down menu to add it. It asks if you have changed your name since you last registered to vote. Click yes or no. If you choose yes, it asks for the name you had when you were last registered. It asks for your birth date. Choose the month, day, and year from the drop-down menus. It asks for your contact information, email and phone number, and explains that your email address will not be available to the public. If you want more information, you can click on the link and read the privacy notice. Type in your email address. Phone number is optional. It asks for your ID number and explains that it will be kept confidential. If you want to know more about the protections in place and who will have access to it, you can click on the link to read more. Type in your Minnesota driver's license or state ID card number. If you don't have one, check the box. If you check the box, a new field appears for you to enter the last 4 digits of your Social Security number instead. Once you've typed in your ID number, click Next. In step 3, you enter your current address. They need some information about where you live in order to register you in the correct area. It asks for your zip code. Type it into the box. If you don't know your zip code, check the box below. If you check the box, you will need to choose the county where you live, for example, Hennepin or Rice. Then it will prompt you to pick your city and zip code from the drop-down menu. Then click Go. Now it asks for your house number and street. Type your house number in the box. There is a box to the right to click if your house number has a suffix, for example, 325 and a half. Choose your street from the drop-down menu. If your street is not on the list in the drop-down menu, look to see if it is listed under a different name, such as Highway 7 instead of Broadway. Underneath, there is a box to check if your address has an apartment or unit number. If you do, check the box and choose the type of unit to include in this information. Now click Next. In step 4, you need to verify your address. If it is correct, click Yes. If it's not, click No, and the program will have you go through the steps again to enter your address. There is a box to check if you cannot receive mail at the address. Check this box only if the post office does not offer delivery service to your door. Not if the post office offers the service, but you choose to pick up your mail at a P.O. box instead. It asks if you have moved since you last registered to vote. Click Yes or No. If you choose Yes, it asks you to enter in the address you had when you were last registered to vote. Now click Next. Step 5 is your signature and an oath. There is an oath that you need to sign. It says, I certify that I will be at least 18 years old on Election Day, am a citizen of the United States, will have resided in Minnesota for 20 days immediately preceding Election Day, maintain residence at the address given on the registration form, am not under court-ordered guardianship in which the court order revokes my right to vote, have not been found by a court to be legally incompetent to vote, have the right to vote because if I have been convicted of a felony, my felony sentence has expired, been completed, or I have been discharged from my sentence, and have read and understand this statement that giving false information is a felony, punishable by not more than 5 years imprisonment or a fine of not more than $10,000, or both. If all of the statements are true for you, check the box next to the red statement. It says that when you type your name below, it counts as your legal signature. By typing your name, you promise that you understand the oath and that all of the information is true. If you lie, it is a serious crime called perjury. If you agree, check the box and type your name in the signature line. Now, click the Submit button. Then you will get a confirmation screen. It tells you that they have received your application. Next, election officials will review your application. Here's what to expect. It can take up to 2 weeks to process your application. You will get a notification when they process your application, and if election officials cannot verify the information you provided, they will contact you about what to do next. Within 2 weeks, look for an email that confirms that your voter registration was accepted. You will also receive a postcard in the mail telling you where to go to vote. Once you are registered, your name will appear on the list of registered voters at your polling place. That's it. Now it's up to you. Watch other videos in this series if you want to know how to find your polling place, find out which candidates will be on your ballot, or how to vote early. For more information, go to www.mnvotes.org.